Okay, first thing on the agenda, approve the February 10th minutes. Everybody have a chance to review those?
I'll move to approve the February 10th meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
Discussion on that? Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes. Okay, the February financials, everybody have a chance to review those?
I will move to approve financials.
I'll second that. Discussion on the financials? Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes. Gail Edwards, Community Garden. You're first. Come on up.
All right.
It's a small meeting.
Are we
Just-
doing, we're not
Well,
doing that?
you know what, just speak clearly, and it's a.
And loud.
Meeting, so, yeah,
Okay.
So it's, because it's recorded.
Sounds good. So, a couple years ago, we had come and asked about doing a community garden. We're looking at the same location, basically the same thing, just trying to get it started a little bit earlier this year. Last time we just waited too late to get the ball rolling. And then last year I had a baby in April, and that kind of threw everything for a loop, so.
Sure.
I have talked to the park board. The park board is not planning on using that particular spot this year. So they have approved, they don't have a problem with us running a community garden there this year.
Okay.
So, but just wanted to check and see if we could use the water like we had planned in the past. I am going to talk to Early County because they run a community garden just off of their building and see how they handle the water situation and what they do to make sure we aren't having people just leave it running and wasting a lot of water.
Okay, yeah, and wasn't it like so much a year or something for
Yeah,
water? Or-
charging so much
yeah.
a year, now help cover supplies and then go to help pay for the cost of water and
Right.
things. Looking at 10 spots,
Okay,
10 foot by 10 foot spots,
okay.
so.
Mike, Billy's in there. Good.
I make a motion that we approve that.
Okay. Mike?
Aye.
No? Yes. Okay, very good. That's easy.
Yep.
Tony, not here.
Okay.
You filling in, Tony?
I am kind of.
We have a new Tony. All right.
Tony and Secretary. This is to do with the Washburn Lake Group, which is the Six Club and the YE group that come together, you know, to make a new group.
There you go.
And we just, I guess, I'm gonna say we're proposing, I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but
Okay.
bringing the city website and combining it with the website that WIETA had started. The WIETA's, we felt that the WIETA website is a little bit more updated, and so we want to see how can we combine those two together to make them make it a really good website for Washburn. And Tammy is here to kind of go over a proposal on that.
Yeah, so I was here maybe 2 years ago when we were talking about banners for Main Street, and have kind of come back in between, but not to a commission meeting. And so I'm Tammy Joe. I work for HOS Communications, and we helped build the Washburn Life website and keep it updated and things like that. And so when we met with Tony and Sheila about, you know, where do we want to go with the contract that we already have in place, one option that we came up with was the website is a really great tool, and we use WordPress as the platform for keeping it updated. That's the CMS. And the benefit of WordPress is that it's really versatile, it's easy to update, and because we operate it all kind of in-house, it is very easy to add different user groups. And so we were talking about, you know, a website is only as good as the content on it and how current the content on it is and things like that. And so with the WordPress platform, it'd be really easy to have as many users as you wanted to, so that people, for example, yourselves, could go and, you know, add different things to the website if you've got information that you want to post to get out to the community. Or you could offer, for example, to the museum, and the museum could be a guest information poster on the website as well. And there's a lot of things that you can do with WordPress that are very easy. And because we do everything in-house, it would be really easy to take a look at your current site that you run with, not Civic Plus, but another site like that, and say, okay, well, what is most used on this site, and how do we make it easier for citizens to find that information? And you wouldn't have to scrap an old website right away. We could, you know, do an information transfer until you're comfortable with where everything is at and getting everything in the right spot and getting people trained on how to post things if they want. And we have a contract in place, so it would be at no additional cost to the city, from my understanding, because we would use our current contract that we already have. And we could, you know, we could offer trainings to folks if you wanted to, you know, have some new people be able to post. And yeah, there's a lot of functionality with WordPress CMS. There's a lot more ability to incorporate videos. I know you guys do a lot of, you know, work to get these meetings out to the public, and it would make that easier, I think, in the long run. And you can have an active calendar of events for things that are coming up. So it's just a kind of an overview of what the website is currently and what a proposal would look like to move your information over to Washburn Life and how that would work. And yeah, just an idea we had, and we wanted to see what the appetite was for something like that.
What do you charge for your website? Is it like a monthly charge that you charge, or?
Sure.
What
So
is
for hosting, I think we charge about $300 a year for the just the hosting fees.
Okay.
And then the only other charges that we really charge are my time, which is, I think my billing rate is $120 an hour. And so there's not a lot of overhead. It's mostly work time. You know, you're getting product for.
And once we kind of know
Mhm.
how to use it, you're probably not even gonna
Yeah.
be helping us much with it.
Yep. The long term, once you get it transitioned, you know, I would say maintenance of it, probably $100 a month to keep the back end of it updated, and $300 a year for hosting. So, and that $100 a month, someone internally could do that very easily. And so the other thing is that any products that we as A2S Communications build, because you're the client that we're working for, you own it all. So at any point, if you decide, oh, well, we'd rather host it, you know, on our own servers or buy server space with someone else, we'd rather do that. That's no problem. We can package it up and assist with the transition. That's no problem at all.
I have a question. Now, this site is basically going to be advertiser free, right?
Correct, at this point, yeah.
Is there a possibility sometime down the road on adding something like that? Is that available to the system, or?
So the system is anything you want it to be. And so with WordPress, you can add in, for example, you can add in banner ads. That's really easy to do, and you can.
Okay.
It's not hard to work that in. It's, you know, you own it, and so if you want ads there, then we can make it happen. And it's the nice thing about WordPress is that it's an open source CMS, so there's all different kinds of plugins to make things like that happen that are very easy to. You just install it, upload the ad, set it for when you want it to run and expire, that kind of thing. It's not very difficult to manipulate.
Do we pay any kind of a fee for our website now, do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know.
As of right now, no.
I don't know either, not that I'm aware of, but you never know, we probably do somewhere. Okay,
Something to definitely look into.
I think you're right. Well, I think, you know, our website definitely needs some help,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think a lot of that, probably is the fact that, you know, we have some newer people here, you know, and then now another person just left and we're trying to get another person, you know, and there's just been so much to do and so much to, you know, concentrate on, we just haven't, that's kinda on the back burner, you know. But I agree with Noel, I think it's something to look into. You know, I don't know, maybe, looking at some kind of presentation or something, you know, of what's out there, you know, what can we expect to see, you know,
Okay,
on this website, maybe, might not be a bad thing, you know, rather than just going with it.
sure.
Yeah.
Give an example of how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
about that
user
too.
group.
Because
could
that's what
contact-
I'm saying, I've, you know, working at the museum, I've had people that, you know, they type in Washburn, North Dakota, and Washburn ND came up, and that's how they get hold of you at the museum.
Mhm.
And I was just wondering, you know, with known as Washburn Life, and having that, our new group be called, you know, Washburn Life, and then some, you know, like one of the community members saying, well, that sounds more like a church, or a religious thing, and that we had to, you know, kind of change, or adapt a different name. So that's, I'm saying, so if someone types in Washburn, North Dakota, does Washburn Life pop up as in the search engine, you know?
Sure. So right now, the main page that comes up is the city's page.
Yeah.
And as you populate, as we pull some of that information over and add, for example, minutes to meetings and things like that, the more that the name Washburn, North Dakota is referenced in the site, the higher it'll rank in search engine results. So over time, the more content that you add to it, the better it will perform in terms of search engine results. It will take some time to get it to the top spot, and that's why I wouldn't recommend, you know, don't just scrap an old website and, you know, expect everyone to go to the new website right
Right,
away.
right.
There's definitely a transition time, but I think maybe the idea of being able to see what it actually would look like and seeing how the back end works, we can absolutely show you what that looks like, and maybe just start with looking at maybe just one or two pages on the current site and saying, this is how they might look if they were presented on the Washburn Life site.
That way, if restaurants wanna post their deal for menus and stuff like that, just, you know, just something out there that people can click on to raise that up so things start. It's not so much you have to have a feed, but if people can look at it, that's how things populate or get things rolling. Because if nobody ever clicks on it, it's just kind of a dead website to the side.
Correct.
And that's what we wanna do. And I don't know, would it work to start off with the Washburn website and hook it to there, and then just flop the two? You know, afterwards, can you do that?
The back end of the current site is not as dynamic, or I'm not as familiar with how that works and how functional it is. So from my experience with other similar CMS products, it's not as functional as that. But the nice thing about WordPress is that you can, for example, if you have a restaurant that would love to post their menus or their specials, you can give them a username. They post it, and then it doesn't publish until someone reviews it and approves it. So you don't just have anybody in the world posting on the city website, but the restaurant can submit their information and have it saved in the site as a draft. And then, you know, every week or whatever, someone reviews it, checks it for selling, and publishes it, and there you go. So,
Can I say something? Have you ever been on the Washburn Life website?
I have,
Yeah.
Been a
I've
while.
looked through it.
Because I did,
I wasn't
too.
overly impressed with it, quite honestly, but I thought it was hard to get around, but.
okay.
I took both of them and looked at them, and 'cause this is, I guess, how it all got started, why we talked about combining the two. I thought there was a lot of good stuff on the city one, and some stuff on the city one is also on the Washburn Life one. So there was like good information on both of them, and there was some information that was the same, and thinking this would be nice to get it all combined into one. 'Cause it is it's very, I don't know, I enjoyed that, the Washburn Life one, looking at all the stuff in there, and I think if somebody was going to think about moving to Washburn, I think it'd be better to look at the Washburn Life one than the city one. But I think bringing everything together is gonna make it a wonderful website.
And when we built
Right.
it, we built it for folks that might be interested in moving here or, you know, coming and starting a business or that kind of thing. And I think, you know, your folks that are residents that are looking for where to pay their water bill, they're looking for something different than people that are tourists or looking to
Right.
move here.
Right.
And so I think, maybe the look of the page that's for residents, it might look a little bit different, so you can easily find your commission minutes,
Yeah,
you know, things like that, but I think there is value in
right.
having it all together.
And not just to cut that website, but I think our website is also hard to find things on also.
Mhm.
I mean, I think they're both not the best, you know, and I think, you know, both could be better, and I think there's a possibility that, you know, you can bring them together and just make a really good website, so.
And for now, I'm not seeing that doubling up on the information back and forth between the two are a bad thing until everything gets going really good. I'm worried that we're gonna go with this so much, then all of a sudden, nothing works again. You know, it's one of those, everybody has to be able to flow back and forth between the two for quite a while.
Mhm. And I don't, so I am the web designer and graphic designer for this site. I don't know a lot about the CMS and the background because I haven't had anything to do with the city's website. So when you do bring new folks on board that you need to train, I can tell you that I know how to train them very well so that posting to this site is efficient. So in terms of training someone on the other CMS, I mean, I could probably figure it out, but they might have to learn on their own.
If we can set it up to where it links up to it if you go to the right place. Even if it's on there for a couple of years, if you could go back to the old site that the old people like, or other people like the old system, they can still do that, and it's still linked. It just don't come up right away.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like you're talking about, one for new people moving into town and one people that have been here and, you know, wanna find these things.
And there might be a way to do that with an RSS feed, where if you post it over here, it automatically draws and displays over here as well. There might be an easy way to do that.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's something to consider, but I would like to see some kind of presentation on what, you know.
And then is the 300R share, is that a split cost between the two entities?
So,
No, well, there was, right now, there's what, over $3,000
Yep.
in
mhm.
from the when WIETA started this, which would be used for setting this up.
Okay.
And then any overflow, from what I kind of understanding, is we're gonna take care of that.
And from, because I'm the one that's doing the work, 3,000 is, you definitely have enough budget to do this if you wanna pull the trigger. And there's enough budget for me to come back and show you what we're talking about, and you can take us home and take a look at the financials, and there's enough for that. And, hosting has already been paid for the year, so, 'cause I think that went in the January invoice, maybe? So, that's all set up and ready to go already. So, to start moving information over, there would be no cost to the city.
Okay.
And it's not all gonna be pushed on down
Right.
there.
Right.
We, as the Washburn Life, we've already talked about, I think, working together with her and that we would try to
Right.
have somebody maybe from our group that would be helping with it.
And who'd have final say? Would it be Washburn Life or the new organization or the city? You know, with something that goes on there.
Sure.
I just,
I don't know, I guess we're presenting it to you guys, so you kind of must have the final say if you
Well,
want to go in on it.
well, that's what we need to know,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
I think we can decide that at a later date.
Right, right,
think
but I
so
mean,
Too, you know, final say for what, of what goes on there,
Publishing it
or?
with whatever
Yeah.
you submit, and it gets published.
Yeah, that's a good question, I'm not sure.
And then maybe we have this, cause like with the Washburn ND site, I'm in charge of the museum. I can get on the site, but I can't touch any of the city stuff. Is that gonna be the same way with
Mhm.
this one here, that city can only update the city stuff? They-
Well, that, yeah.
Okay.
that-
Yep.
River
that-
Center,
that would
we
make
do all
sense.
that would make sense.
There's
Yeah.
lots of permission levels that you can set, and you
Okay.
can say, this user is only,
Right,
can work on posts of this nature,
sure.
and, or this user can only submit drafts, or, you know, that
Okay.
kind of thing. There's lots of different variables that you can set that as. So, and one thing I'll just say is, for other entities that we manage their website, what we like to do is we kind of like to be just an extension of staff in the background. When you need us, we're here. If you need help, we're here. If you don't need us and you're off to the races on your own, go for it. Like, we'll
Sure.
make sure the site is up and running. If you ever have technical difficulties, we're here. But we have a lot of folks where maybe they don't have an admin person that has the capacity or the time.
Mhm.
And for us, it's a 5-minute job to post 3 things for them.
Right.
You know, it's whatever you need us to be is what we can do for you.
Okay.
So would you like me to come back next meeting and maybe give like a PowerPoint display and show you some functionality of it, or what would you like?
I think that would be good.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Hopefully more of the commissioners would be here. I'd like everybody to see it
Right, yeah.
if possible.
Yeah, it'd be, yeah, unfortunately, we only, three of us tonight, but,
Sure.
there should be more next time, so.
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I will
think
plan to come back then, and I'll send you a PowerPoint beforehand so you can take a look at it before
Oh.
the meeting.
that'd be-
And take a
that'd be
look.
good. Okay.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
cool, okay.
Hey, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Mhm.
What was your name again?
Tammy Jo.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you.
Just call Tony if you have any questions.
He's lucky to have you, Sheila.
Obviously, I think you're his assistant.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
So you'll have to put that on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yep.
Okay, next one is road restrictions, they went on fourth, yes. So this is just basically an informational thing, they were on the fourth, we follow the county who follows the state, so. You know, where things are going, they'll be on for a while, so, okay. Water intake pump project, where's Brian?
Right there.
Somebody in.
Water intake pump, Brian.
Yeah, we need to know kinda pricing, you got that in front of you?
Yes.
Okay. And then Colin did include that $100 an hour for the crane?
He didn't,
He didn't?
I don't think so. Not that I saw.
Okay, I just got off the phone with Chris, and I asked him for sure, and Chris said, $100 an hour. What he's gonna want.
To take the roof up, you mean? or-
No, just for the use of the crane. An operator, if he comes with
What would you say, who?
Chris Cuspick,
Okay,
and it's $100 an hour for the crane.
you have a crane?
He's got that big truck, the big.
Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah.
And this is for pulling the pump, or what?
This,
Or-
yep, pulling the pump and the roof.
Okay, so, really, we had to line up our own crane? All right, hang on. So anyway, what we're looking at. Hang on. Not include the crane to hold the roof and off. Okay, so we have the quote here of the vac truck, which we need to suck the sand, everything on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's, $3,385. SRS services, that one is, let's see, runs SRS services, Brian. Is that, Clint?
Yeah, that's Clint.
Okay, and his is, that's for labor, right?
Yeah.
And that is $4,500. And then from general repair, the parts list, it looks to me like $7,900. For a
Correct.
total of $15,800, $806 without freight and without a crane.
Yes. And that will include, Bob will come up from general, and I don't believe there'll be any charge with that, so Bob will oversee whatever Clint does. And that I don't believe is gonna cost anything. He just wants to be there.
Okay. Well, we only have one pump that works.
Correct.
And we definitely want it fixed before summer.
Yeah. And then the other question is, because Bob said if the pump now that doesn't work, if that one's wore out, he says, more than likely the second one is also, because they only get about 10 years in that amount of sand. So the question comes up is, do we want to save the cost of a vac truck and a crane again, and the time factor, and try to do both of them at the same time? I mean, it's a question of timing and money, I guess.
Now,
Yeah.
how many days do they plan on working on that for the $4,500?
They're gonna be there 2 days.
2 days. And how many people are they bringing to do that? How big a crew?
I'm not sure what Clint's bringing. He talked about 2 or 3, but I don't know. If I wouldn't don't quote me on that.
Because I'm wondering how much, if they just inspect it, how much is it to inspect the other one?
You'd end up having to take things apart.
Well, the thing, first of all, the thing about the back truck is they're gonna suck all the sand out, the whole thing anyway.
Right.
So the back truck's not gonna cost any more. It shouldn't anyway. Better not.
Oh, no. If they replace the one, they'll suck that sand out. What Clint doesn't wanna do is, because that's dropped down a foot to 18 inches deeper, he doesn't wanna put one in and then all of a sudden think that 2 weeks later or a month later, we can come back and do it again. He says, because you're gonna dig a whole bunch more sand out. And they tend to kind of fill in. And so that makes it more difficult. You just end up having to call another vac truck.
But what I'm saying is, can't you inspect the first or at that same time?
No, I don't
Here.
believe so.
Okay.
On some of that stuff, no, they would. And we need it to make water anyhow, very quickly afterwards, And we can fill our towers up in the reservoir and everything else. They can get that thing in, but we may, use quite a little water, and then we gotta put our old pump in use now, or the new one if they've got it ready to go today.
Now, when you say inspect, what are they gonna inspect? Because this is, okay, so basically it proposed the following items. Two-stage bowl assembly, that's on top, right?
That
What's
was,
the bowl assembly? Do you-
that's the bottom,
Well, let's wait on the bottom.
Yeah,
Then you got line shaft bearings, complete packing. I thought that, wasn't it wore out on top?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Where each one of these connect is where Bob says it's gonna be a problem. And then those bottom bolts, he says, he can almost guarantee there's been a lot of pitting and stuff that's gone on.
There is, but, thing is, you said we'd have to take it all apart to inspect it, right?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if we really wanna do that. You know, and how much would that be? I mean,
That'd be, it'd be the same amount again.
let me ask you
Well,
this.
with the exception of vacuum and,
Well, let me ask you this, did they have to take it all apart to figure out this list?
no, because there was so much play in it,
Okay.
they said they know that certain sections are bad, and they're just assuming that, hey, if these are wore here, these down here are probably wore too.
Okay, so they're assuming it's, well, the thing is, if you're gonna fix it, you might as well fix it right, so it lasts.
Right.
But the other one, the one we're using now works fine.
As of now, yes, but like I said, Bob said it. You know, I can take it for what it's worth, but he says that 10 years is usually about the life on on that stuff.
Yeah. I think we go with the first one.
Okay.
I will make that motion to go ahead with the first one. It will be $15,806 plus the crane and the freight. So, that's my motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Mike, you look deep in thought.
Yeah, I was just, because there's no reason to tear apart the one that's working right now, because when it goes out, we're going to replace it all anyway. So, it's best if we let it go, if we can't just, when we have it cleaned out, just look at it and see what we think it might need in 2 or 3 years.
Right, well, the thing is, like you said, it's all loose so that they figure it's all worn out.
Right.
Well, once they put the new one in, you turn the other one off and check it, and if it's loose, well, they gotta order parts anyway,
Right, we can't fix it immediately.
so.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, okay, Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes, okay.
Now, as far as time limit, do you wanna try doing that right away, or you wanna wait for Colin to make that decision?
No, right away,
Okay,
decision's made.
as soon as they can do it.
Yeah, we could, well, you know what?
With the weather and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
right around the corner,
there's a window.
Yep.
because they gotta order parts and everything else, so yeah. So if you'll get a hold of them?
Yep.
Good. I mean, if anything changes, let us know, but
Okay.
that's what we're approved for, so, okay. Very good. Thank you, Brian. Fuel Master Plus software? That would be Chelsea.
So when I did water billing last month, I cannot pull, the Fuel Master is what we use for our, water salesman, and that software is out of date. I guess there was a recommendation a while back to update it, and nothing was ever done with it. So if we want to move forward using Fuel Master Plus and be able to have the card control systems that our water salesmen are using now, we will have to get this updated. So I spoke with the guy, and he gave me a list of these 3 prices that they have and what they all include if we would want to go with that, or if we want to get rid of Fuel Master and just go straight to credit cards up there instead of having the card control system.
Might be easier with the credit card.
Right, and we could get rid of, that monthly fee that we have. We have a huge monthly fee up there for that, right? That we're not charge.
Right,
the card master?
and the credit card company would just.
Right, they
Well,
would do it
still-
themselves.
We still have a fee on there, right? I mean, because if you pay with credit card, don't we pay the fee? It costs a business a fee when people use
Yeah.
credit card.
I don't,
So it'd still be a fee.
Well, I know we got rid of the fee for utilities.
and,
The user pays that percentage now for the utility one, but I'm not sure about the water salesman.
I thought we
Well-
did that with the water salesman too. I thought it was the whole work.
We were working on that. We didn't get that far yet. Yeah, the utilities, because I know every time someone comes in, Joe goes, well, it's gonna cost another so much percent, because it's credit card. The thing is, they're gonna get stuck with fees one way or the other, so.
Right.
But I know it's gonna happen, they're gonna, if you use a credit card, it's gonna be a fee on that, and it's, well, you're gonna pay the fee, anyway, whether it's controlled or not. It's just what it is. Chelsea, do you just figure the fee in with the price of the water, or do you, like when you bill them, you fee on?
I don't know for sure like how it's set up because I haven't really, from when I started to now, there hasn't been a lot of the water salesmen that have come through to pay it. I just know that we had to use that one, and the charges would come through then, and it would just get assessed, or no assessed, it would just go out on their water bill. They'd get off like the $280. So then however they chose to pay that, I guess was up to them. So if they wanted to pay with a check or a card. I don't know what's up there. I've never seen what's up there for right now as to what I know there is like one or two people that would use a credit card that's up there currently.
Right. Yeah.
So it'd be less work though if we went with a credit card for you, right?
I think so, and I think it would just be done right away then and how they go through.
And how
Yeah,
much,
it just automatically goes through, right?
how much would this upgrade to the software cost us? Any idea?
That's what these quotes here that I got from. If we wanted to go through, there's a limited maintenance, a standard maintenance, and a super maintenance.
This is with the cards, right, not with the credit cards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is with the Fuel Master cards.
With that control stuff that we have,
Right.
yes. That we don't know who has, what's being used.
Right. Is this something, okay, you can't get into it now, right? Is it something we can table and do a little more research on? Or do we need to do something right away?
Yeah,
'Cause
probably.
really, I don't think there's been a lot of water used up there,
No.
you know?
And I guess I've never been up there to even see it or how it works, like that system of it. So, I mean, no, it probably would be fine.
You
As
know,
long as there's not a lot of activity for the farmers going on within the next month until we meet them the 13th.
man, I wouldn't think so, it's, the beginning of March.
Not yet, but right after that it will be.
Right after, yeah, it will be,
But I'd like to see it go just with the credit card. Then we get rid of this software, one more hassle,
it's just one less thing.
one less thing. And then we, if the credit cards charge us, we can figure that into either the water or whatever we were going to do with the other one.
Figure that into the rates, yeah.
Right, but that way we're done with playing software for special cards and, because that keeps adding up and adding up.
Oh, absolutely it does, yeah. And we've been paying it for years, so.
Right. Because it's just an outdated system. It was good to get things going, but
Right,
everybody pretty much carries a credit card now.
pretty much.
And they want their points anyway for
Well,
Bass
the only
Pro
thing
Shop.
is, it's like Interbase is not gonna like it, because every one of their people would have to have a card. Whereas now they have a Fuel Master card. But they would be the biggest
Yeah.
complainer on it.
And then some of the construction people will come in, we need those cards, okay?
Yeah, we want free water, right?
Right, because they'll sit there and punch it for 2 weeks, and then the company leaves, and then the girl's gotta go looking for, where are they out of? Oh, they're out of Texas. Can you get a hold of them? No. So they got free water.
Yeah. I like the credit card. Chelsea, you agree?
I do, yeah.
I'll make a motion that we, we go to straight credit card, providing we look into it and that works out. It's doable. And by that,
There might be some associated costs, yeah.
well, there might be that, but there might be something with the system that we have, I don't know. But if it's feasible, we go with the credit cards. I know it's kind of an iffy motion, but
I'll second.
my discussion on that is, if it's not feasible, or if there's an issue, then we will readdress it at the next meeting. Okay, Mike,
Aye.
well,
Aye.
yes. Okay. Okay, auditor position,
After Considering the applicants for the auditor position, I'm gonna move that we reject all applicants.
Okay. I will second that. Any discussion? Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna, consider some options in the near future here then, is
Yeah.
what we'll do, not gonna really kind of wait for the rest of our commission to.
Right.
Okay, very good. All right. Okay, we'll go down to, well, Carla's here, we'll give her a chance. What do you need?
I'm with the forestry board
Come.
and,
Come. Speak clearly and loudly.
one of our, other members has told us that Pat Carpentier will no longer be able to be on the board. So we're looking for a new person, and Jessica King has volunteered to do that.
Oh, nice, okay. So I'll make a motion that we appoint Jessica King to the forestry board.
I'll second that.
Discussion? Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you found somebody.
Me too.
So, we'll have to make sure Chelsea gets her information and stuff.
Sure.
You just email me if that's easier for you.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay,
All right,
thank
great,
you.
thanks. Okay, employee wages. So Chelsea has stepped up. She's done an excellent job filling in. She's a real go-getter. We're very fortunate to have her. I am going to make a motion that we increase Chelsea's pay $1.52 per hour.
I'll second.
Discussion? Mike? Oh,
Aye.
Go ahead.
When is this gonna take effect? Are we gonna make it retroactive to March 1st? Or
Yes.
how should, for easier for payroll, I guess, purposes?
What's today?
Today is the
They
9th.
got paid today, it'll be starting today, or Monday. Today's Monday. It'll be starting today.
Okay,
Okay, Mike?
Aye.
No?
aye.
Yes. Okay, no A2S update. I will be talking with Eric about this, Nexus billing. More on that for next month, so. Portfolios, Mr. Mike.
Julie, the gal that takes care of the Memorial Hall, got a, used, floor cleaner donated from Falkirk Mine. So that is here now, and we'll need to, get different brushes for a wood floor and the chemical. So, we now have a cleaning system for the floor over at the Memorial Hall.
Very nice.
I went and looked at that the other day. I'm not really sure how good that's gonna work because, there are gaps in the floor.
Right, but,
And the water's gonna go down in there, so.
Brian, you said that Adam epoxied some of those.
Yeah, a lot of those damaged ones, yeah. There's some that have split apart though, where the joints come together, and most of them are together, but there are a few that are,
Right, and,
So for the most part, it should work.
I think so. I think you
Okay.
have to be just careful if they do see something to tell somebody, and, cause otherwise, like Adam was concerned about, you start going over that, and all of a sudden you got water, flowing down under.
Well, just see when you have to try and get it sealed up or something, so.
right, and she's gonna have the person that takes care of that unit come in and tell us what kind of chemical needs to be done with that floor.
Okay.
And if we have to fill those cracks, if she sees it, then maybe she has ability to come out and just put the stuff in, let it set up, and then seal it, And I think it'll make the floor look a lot better and get rid of the, salt and stuff that's being dragged in from the city walkers. So that's good. I talked to Schmitty tonight, we're just looking at the draft for the elevator. So hopefully here in the near future, we can get him started on that. He wants the design where he has to put it for sure. Or the steel upright, so.
I understand we'll be starting on that right after the carnival this weekend.
No, we don't have enough people set up for that yet. There,
Because I talked with Daryl, and he said,
that's,
available at carnival, I said, absolutely.
that's what I thought. Like I said, John didn't, he hasn't been shown plans, so I don't even know if the steel's been done, so it kind of,
I can do it.
well, I guess I need more plans.
I thought we were gonna cut the hole and, you know, block it off.
We were going to put steel up to support the floor, then cut it off and block it up. Because we got to cut the girders.
They want to cut these cement without cutting girders. And cut the girders afterward. That's what I was told.
Well, I don't know, when I talked to John, I don't know, he, you know, asked them.
That's what Daryl told me, because they're getting the guy in to do the, cut the floor.
Oh, okay, now,
He said they want to cut the cement but leave girders, and then cut those up afterward.
okay, okay.
So,
So I haven't
Okay,
been,
okay.
I haven't talked to Daryl, so yeah,
okay,
we just got to keep working on it.
okay,
So,
sounds good. Yeah.
okay, I think that's everything I have.
Summer help, probably needed to advertising for, I guess in the past we've always had 2 summer people, so
You too, Brian?
Yeah.
What if we, to get by for a little bit, what if we hire another summer help to answer the phones? Would that help you, Chelsea, to, if somebody was here to answer the phone and stuff like that, and take some of that information, if we're doing summer help, and that would give us a little bit more time looking.
Yeah.
And if that summer help, if they can help outside too, I think we can always use extra help if it's available.
So you're talking like for right now, right?
Just for the summer, get somebody that can help answer the phone or whatever we need to do with some of the projects that we're doing.
So you're talking 2 for them and then 1 other person?
Yes. If we're going to advertise, you know, and see what we get for somebody might want to, you know, answer the phones for the summer for a few months.
hopefully we'll have our,
Well, it kind of depends, because if we get the auditor position filled and we have 2 people in the office, we don't need that person in the office. You know,
Right, but we still got people, if we get 2 people, we gotta train them anyway.
Yeah, but you don't need somebody to answer the phone when you have 2 people in there. You know, because one of them will answer the phone.
but their first motion should be that we advertise
Yeah, let's do the
for
first
2
motion first, yeah.
summer
Okay.
employees. I think Chelsea can probably find the previous ads and stuff, and
Yeah.
then, whenever, average it out, whatever we, advertise, like, when we started to when we close it and stuff, I think we can leave that up to you.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
Yeah,
so
let's
if
do
you,
that
if you
first.
start advertising next week for 3 weeks or whatever, however we did it in the past.
Right.
So I guess that's my motion to hire, or to advertise for 2 summer employees.
I'll second that. Mike?
Aye.
No?
Aye.
Yes.
I guess,
Go ahead.
not trying to cut Mike off on what he was saying, but, Chelsea has some vacation coming up here, just a few days that we do need maybe somebody to come in, and I guess I was kinda thinking maybe we could see if some of the people that helped a couple years ago could just come in and help again for just those 3 days, just to have somebody here to answer the phone.
Yeah, because we had Judy and we had Nancy last time.
And maybe one of them would be interested just
Yeah,
for a little bit.
because you're gonna be gone like, what, 3 days, 4 days, something like that.
Yeah. 3 days for sure. I'll work most of the days, Wednesday the 25th.
Yeah.
I'll leave between 3 and 3:30, because I don't fly out till that night. And I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, fly home Monday.
Okay, sure.
So if we just try to cover those 3 days for right now, and then we'll just kinda see how the rest of the goes for right now.
Okay, that makes sense. That's your motion to find somebody to answer phones while Chelsea's gone?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I'll second that. Mike?
Aye.
No,
Aye.
yes, I'll get ahold of Judy, see if she's available.
Okay, compensation would be what it was probably last time.
Right, yeah. And that is for the, what day is
6, 7, and 30.
27 and 30, and maybe 31, huh? Because you're flying in on the 30, on
30th?
the
The
30th?
30th. So I'll be back Tuesday.
You will for sure?
Yep.
Okay,
We get back in the afternoon, so I'll be back for
Oh.
sure on
okay,
Tuesday.
okay, all right. I will call.
Barring I make it.
What?
Barring I make it back.
Ah,
As long as you don't get quarantined, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And that's all I had.
Okay, I really have nothing. Sir?
Okay. Took care of the summer help. How much tar are we gonna want this year?
You were a little short last year, weren't you?
Yes,
What did we have last year?
we had.
Like 12 or something?
No, we had 32.
You didn't have 32 last year.
Yeah.
How much do we usually get? I thought we only got like half last, like 20.
No. No,
You sure?
yeah. Pretty sure.
I could look it up.
Mhm.
I think they're wrong. I think we cut way back.
I know we didn't have 12 because it took forever. We used a lot of them. I have to check and see, but.
Yeah, but what did we normally get? We normally got like no more than 40, right? And I know we cut way back.
Yeah, years ago, we went back years ago twice. Sometimes we went through 55 barrels.
We did. So how many do you want?
That just depends on if you wanna try saving the Jennifer and all those areas. It's really to the point where it's, you know, you can't build a road, but you can't go and keep buying barrels of tar either.
We still have all that old stuff we could try and spread out on that stuff.
On the bad spots, we can try.
That's what I mean, on the bad spot.
Yeah, we can try that.
And throw sand on them.
I'd say go with. That's a lot. 'Cause they're like.
But you just said 32.
Well, yeah, but that was stretching it.
You think 40 is too much or not
40
enough?
is too much. 32 we can do again.
Well,
If we use that.
if we didn't have enough last year, and you said we had 32.
Yeah. But we pretty much, well, and that changed a little bit too, because across the highway had been done the year before, so we didn't have to do certain parts.
Yeah,
But there's some of those roads that it just, even doing the cracks is like, it's alligatoring out along the side and going really deep.
yeah. Wow, you know, I think the thing is, if they're like super deep, there's no point, because you don't fill them up.
No,
You know.
they just keep going. I'd say 36.
36, okay. I move they get order 36 barrels of tar for this
Well, whatever fits on a load for freight,
Without coming.
you know.
year. It is what it is.
Right, but if you're 2 barrels over for a truckload and they're gonna charge you a whole bunch of extra freight,
Isn't it 4 on a pallet, or is it 3?
Yeah.
4 on a pallet, so
yeah, just so that we get, you know,
check the freight.
Yeah, so
Just
we-
anywhere from 32 to 34.
Right, and a lot of times, somebody from
Or
across the
36.
river gets them, fills the rest of the semi up.
right. I just don't wanna be ordering, and get charged a whole bunch of freight.
Well, we get hooked for freight anyway.
Yeah, it's,
Freight's expensive.
Freight's expensive.
That
yeah.
stuff's heavy.
okay,
All right.
tar,
So, I move we get anywhere from 32 to 36.
34 or 36, yeah.
Okay. Second? Second.
I second that.
Okay. Mike?
Aye.
Oh, yes. Okay, sir?
and talked about the crane and the intake. Okay, computers for the water plant. You guys approved them a while back, but nothing has gone ahead as far as.
New ones?
Yeah.
We didn't, did we?
Yeah, we approved that computer, I thought. I just don't know if they were ordered.
No, it couldn't have been, and because we were kind of waiting around, Adam was waiting around for Mike or somebody to make contact with him, and I think he's waiting for us, you guys or somebody to tell him that it's a go-ahead. I know he needs it badly.
That was that through Nexus we were ordering it? Like, they were gonna order it and bill us, I think?
Not
Is that-
Nexus, but A2S.
Or,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
So we need to talk to him tomorrow, because I think we approved it, I thought.
You talking about that whole upgrade, or?
Yeah, yeah.
I never approved that. You're talking that was the upgrade we were gonna do with the water plant upgrades, right? Or with the intake upgrades, right? That $30,000 one or something?
I don't know what the amount was.
What the hell was it? It
Wasn't
was,
that tabled?
huh?
What's that table? With the whole upgrade
Yeah.
for that?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I thought it was. I thought it was all tabled.
Well, Adam thought it was a go.
We'll have to check into that. I'm pretty sure we tabled that because it was all part of, it was gonna be in with the intake project.
Okay.
And then we decided to kind of hold off and wait and see where we were at.
See, I thought it was one of his pumps wasn't working with that computer, and he wasn't gonna be able to control that computer. Wasn't that what it was?
No, we got that valving already, we bought it, put it in.
Okay, so that wasn't with that one?
No, no.
Okay.
No.
Then we're just gonna have to check, because I'm not sure.
Well, if we're gonna bring it up, we should have something here saying what it is with the price, you know? Because, you know, I appreciate you bringing it up, but, you know, unless we have it here in front of us, it's really hard to.
Yeah, right, yeah, but I thought Eric was gonna do some of that pricing end of it, but apparently not.
That's another thing, we need to be careful when we call our engineers on stuff. If you don't need to call them, don't call them, because they bill us for everything. Every call you make, they bill us. So, we're getting lots of bills from them people, so, yeah, just, okay. I mean, if you need to, you need to, but,
Well, what happens when they call me and they want info?
then you tell them, hey,
You'll
you'll
be
be charging me
charged.
for this. You should. So,
Because there's a lot of times they call me, hey, can you check that out, or can you do this?
well, and if it's not something that we ask for,
Okay.
you know, it depends what it's for. Okay, what next?
That's all I got.
Chelsea?
Any more cleanup dates?
Yeah, we haven't set cleanup date
A
yet,
lot
right?
of people that are asking.
I just,
I noticed that.
You haven't been recognized.
Okay, Rhonda.
I was coming to you next. Chelsea, you had nothing? Or,
No, that was the only thing that it was a question, is we're gonna schedule that to when.
okay, now, Rhonda, you can speak. Yeah, we need to schedule that.
do we decide, or does Searle decide? Because they have so many other towns.
Pretty much the availability lately in the last few years.
I wasn't sure how that
I would just say, set up, the whole circle and set it up,
Okay.
you know. Something we do every year, so.
And they bring extra dumpsters for that, is that my understanding? Okay, do we want what we've always done in the past then?
Yes. You could, talk with Brian on that, he knows all about it, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Can we go ahead and make a motion to publish it too, since we normally publish it this way?
Yeah.
We just get that out of the way right away?
Okay.
I'll make the motion that Chelsea publish the cleanup days when she finds the information out.
I'll
Probably
second
a
that.
couple weeks,
Yeah, whatever we did in the past,
Yeah.
whatever we did that.
probably 2 weeks or whatever.
2 weeks, okay.
Mike, you seconded? Mike?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, Mike?
Aye.
Well,
Aye.
yes. Okay, anybody have anything else? Okay, we'll move to the bills. We have a chance to review the bills.
We're working on them. I do have a question on the Wagon Mill lumber one. There's something for the library. Do we normally pay for the library?
What is it?
That should be is it filters? Did,
With gaps and cracks?
Yes, Brian, was that your bill, I think, that you
Yep.
picked it up and wrote down library on it, so, or should that be turned into,
What is it? Gaps and crack, did you guys do the work?
No.
well, you did they saw light through
Oh,
the
that's-
basement,
Right,
and
right.
I had
I
you,
just went over and sprayed that full of foam, I haven't even cut it away
Right.
yet.
That's fine.
right.
Okay.
And then I had, Candide, change the filters because they were plugged, and look at the maintenance, make sure the motors were good and stuff in it, and that's in here too.
correct.
So, we gotta do a better job of our filter cleaning and stuff.
Well,
Or
yeah,
maybe.
and I really think our guys could change the filters.
Right, but that hasn't been checked in a while, and
Yeah, it
But-
doesn't hurt to have it checked.
we need to set up a maintenance schedule for each one of these buildings and whose responsibility it is.
Okay, we'll leave that in your hands.
I thought that was HR.
Go hit the ground.
I can do that if we wanna check them twice a year, and
Well, no, it's, you just set up a schedule, like say you do it this and this.
okay, I can do that.
Everybody have a chance to review the bills, still
Yes.
working on them? Okay, we're pulling out the A2S bill, and we're pulling out the museum bill. And other than that, I will make a motion to pay all but those two bills.
Second.
Discussion. Mike?
Alright,
No?
Aye.
Yes. Next meeting, February 10th.
Yeah, I fixed that,
No,
April
that's-
13th,
that's corrected, come on now.
What is it, April?
April 13th. I never sent out the updated agenda to you guys, I guess.
You're fine.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you everyone for coming.